Round 4. We are cooking with Lagrella, played by Viktor Alfredsson, who won the Legacy tournament yesterday, against Thibaut Bredzinski, playing Deadpool.
We just talked about Deadpool in
Yep.
the meantime. You know my thoughts about it. We heard your thoughts about it.
Yep.
For the viewers that stayed, very toxic card, I think. Something that we definitely have to talk about.
I tend to agree, indeed. But I think that maybe the players were seated in reverse, so maybe I will have to invert their names.
Yeah,
Because I think they're reading each other's comments. No, no, no. Okay, we'll see in a few seconds.
it seems to be right because he was. I think it's right. Yeah, I think the interesting deck to talk about is definitely Lagrella.
Yep, indeed.
Having a, yeah, let's check the card again. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's a flicker in the command zone.
It's more or less this, effectively. Yep.
Right,
I will
so-
put it in the chat.
Yeah, which means you have somewhat of a better setup against Deadpool, since Deadpool comes down, it steals the text box of a creature, and then you can flicker it right away, or like the turn after with Lagrella, and get back the ability of the card that you were just that the text box was just stolen. But yeah, Deadpool still has the ability. Deadpool is still Deadpool, or like the stolen creature. I would expect the Rakdos pile to take the lead here.
It actually is a Lagrella combo deck.
Okay.
It is Nadu deck. He plays more or less the same thing that he played yesterday during the Legacy event, but in Duel Commander. So he's still playing
It's kind of
Nadu.
funny. It's kind of
Man loves the bird.
yeah, man loves the bird. Not the cephalid, but the bird.
Exactly.
Great.
So I'm getting the deck lists right now.
The opponent seems to be a little bit confused of Lagrella's ability.
Yeah, the wording is kind of strange.
The wording is strange, yeah.
A lot of words to for simple effects.
True.
I'll say. When you play with it, you understand it quite well. But yeah, it takes some time to getting used to. And I think in this setting and in this tournament, you want to be really sure about what your
absolutely.
opponent's command zone is doing.
Yeah. Very true. That's always why I play Japanese cards. Then people come to the table, what is that? And then you can take your Scryfall and like, okay, here you have the translation.
Obviously. This is a lag. It is more analog to the Dandu midrange deck that we have in Legacy. I don't know if you see.
I do know that, yeah.
It is more in line with that than a strict Neju combo deck. It is a bent midrange with a lot of good cards individually that can lead to a Neju combo at some point during the game. Whereas our Deadpool player seems to play some pretty stock list, I would say. I see nothing here out of the ordinary.
No, me neither.
Maybe some choices that are informed by the metagame he's waiting. Some cards that I personally don't really agree in.
Which are?
In black red shells. I mean, untimely malfunctions. I really think this card is not good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's my take on it. I think it's really too narrow to be really useful when you want it to be. Sometimes it's a beating, but I think it's really narrow, and I don't really like narrow cards in 99 piles. When you don't know what you will be facing. I think
yeah.
this card can be dead a lot of times. So yeah. Anyway, we see in the game on our hands first turn one grief, and surveillant. Is
It
this
was a
grief?
Sylvan Safekeeper played by Viktor,
Yep.
which was answered by a lightning bolt early on.
No, okay, I think it was Deadpool on the play with the
Deadpool on the play with
yeah.
the Stellar Seed Stalker. That's true, yeah.
I think it's his turn to. It was turn play Surveillant, discarding the milling the grief.
This way, yeah, this way.
Turn one Safekeeper for Viktor, and then turn two bolt the Safekeeper into Start Attack Stalker.
Yeah, true. So the Stalker. This is, by the way, in my opinion, one of the not most underrated black one drops, but it's amongst the underrated one drops, I would say. I think this card is much better than people expect it to be. You have a, of course, it depends on the timing when this card comes down, but most of the one drops are less valuable in a late game. This one still is, because if you can more or less reliably trigger the descent, it grows, and you can also use it to shut down small creatures still, you know? So I think I like the Goblin a lot.
I'm quite mitigated on that card.
Okay.
I have a love-hate relationship with it. Each time I tried it, I found it kind of sucks in a way. But each time I make a deck list that is black-based and aggressive, I tend to try and put it in again. So I'm not quite sure what I think about this card.
Yeah, fair, fair. So we have an oust on the left side, getting rid of the Goblin again.
Yep.
Just to come back on the malfunction, I think the card is versatile enough to be played.
Okay.
Sometimes destroying an artifact is relevant. The floor of the card to me is the creatures can't be blocked,
Yeah.
which sometimes also helps winning a game just by combat. I had that situation a couple
Maybe
of
I
times.
underestimate that part of the card.
Yeah.
For me, the floor is not that good, but I've played my fair share of Volcanic Fissure
Okay.
to know that actually this effect might be relevant.
Yeah.
So maybe I underestimate that card on the floor.
Yeah, I think the nuts part is actually that you change the targets. It's some that it's like, and I think the reason people play it is that it acts as the third counter spell, the red counter spell, if you so will, to prevent some of your threats from being countered. You know, as long as it has a single target, which most of the counter spells have.
Yep.
And I think it's a cool addition for some decks. You can't fit it into anything. I totally agree, but we will see. Some people play it, others don't.
I think it might come down to preference. To some extent.
Also that, yeah.
And we are seeing an Enlightening Tour looking for this Gearhulk from
Right glass Gearhulk, yeah.
Victor's side.
So let's see if the fancy spell table function. Yeah, here we go.
Actually does work. Yep.
An insane addition to the entire NATO package. We have to say that was included in Thrasios Ravos. Initially, obviously searching for Swift to combo with Devoted Druid, searching for Nomad, Shuko, all the pieces, very good card. You can even search for a land drop going for Urza Saga, because it's an enchantment. And for the very same reason, it's also played here.
Well, it's a good card for sure, but how do you feel it fares against Deadpool? I mean, you can't really afford, I think, to play it on an empty board against the Deadpool.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think
I mean, the Gearhulk might help you find a removal for the Deadpool, but that's half of its ability taken to neutralize what your opponent's trying to do.
Yeah.
You still have body that does 3 damage to you each turn. So
yeah. And especially because of the keywords, you give First Strike and Trample to Deadpool with 5 power, which is quite a thing. I think if you are in range of going for the Nadu lines, then you can cast it to find Nomad.
Sure.
I think that's the timing window to use it. So here we have an Inti
discarding Malakir Rebirth. No, sorry,
No, it's
discarding
the exiled card from Inti, I guess.
is the Malakir Rebirth.
Yeah. The exiled card is a FOMO in order to reach Delirium. Yeah, right now I don't see Nadu in Victor's hand,
I don't either.
but I think, there is an endurance which is not too relevant right now. Maybe there's a timing window to cast that, not only to shut down the DRC, but also to block one of those creatures.
Yeah, the clock is coming strong from
Ticking.
Deadpool's side.
The clock is definitely ticking. Yeah, it's there's a memory lapse. Okay.
The start was a bit slow. I mean, turn 1 Surveillance is not the most aggressive
Yeah,
things, but
definitely.
the later turns were pretty convincing, I think.
Absolutely.
And now we're seeing a deep plunge into the tank from Viktor.
I'm curious as to why he chose Lagrella as the leader of the gang, if you so will, since Peter Parker is actually the perfect commander for that game plan. You
I-
bring a 2-drop for the pot line, and you bring a 0-drop for the pot line.
Yes, that's fair enough.
Both results in both
Not war nomad.
exactly both combo pieces, and you know the small mid-range plan around that is pretty good in band colors. You have like an option to use Peter's backside if you don't make use of the front side, which you usually don't. Usually it's just it's a 0/1 that brings a token. That's it. Quite versatile in that direction, I think. Lagrella was a thing back then. These days, I'm not sure. I mean,
I actually think I prefer Thrasios in Command Zone because it gives you an outlet to win with infinite mana.
fair. Yeah. Yeah, there's this debate going on right now whether or not Thrasios and Ravos or Tymna is the better deck, or if it's Peter. Some people claim you don't really need black.
I think
Because-
for as long as Demonic Tutor is legal,
Right,
and
right.
the squirrel that allows
That's
you,
also my point. You have the devoted druid lines, which are very efficient these days.
this is a one-card combo with Survival of the Fittest.
I know.
That
Exactly.
you want to play in this shell anyway. So
yeah. I mean, it's latest turn 3, depending on the lineup with the dork and stuff, you know. But still, it's pretty powerful for sure. I'm a bit hesitant. I played Thrasios Tymna for a long time, and I still think this is a serious contender. I want to try Peter Parker too,
Okay.
to get like an opinion on which deck is more powerful. I love Bend. I don't know how. Like, I love Teemo, I love Bend. Everything that's connected with Simic is super cool, I think.
Okay.
So Sultai, Teemo, Band. And finally we have like a solid Band commander again.
Yeah.
So pretty cool. Here we have an Endurance. Blocking Inti. That's
Yep.
what I talked about. I think Endurance is not a valid target for, or would not be a valid target for the Deadpool.
I don't think so either. But we saw this attack Stalker being sacrificed to actually kill the Endurance in combat and make Inti survive, which I think
Yeah.
is actually the right thing to do.
Absolutely, yeah.
Still, this DRC is now a mere 2/2, if I'm correct,
Yeah, so we see a birthing pot and a finale.
of Devastation and Memory Lapse.
Devastation.
Yep.
Victor is on 14 HP. And you know, there's also the situation like, imagine you have the Peter in your deck right now. Then we would have the situation that over 2 turns you could find a win through potting Peter into Nadu. Now you're kind of forced to cast the Bright Glass Jerk. I mean, it's still a blocking creature for next combat. That's not too bad, I guess. Searching for...
I think you need lands too, because I see no land in Victor's hand, and I think he would have liked to have his fifth mana.
Yeah. Mocking the Bird is, by the way, a target that I really like. I think this card is super good.
Yeah, because you can Deadpool your opponent's Deadpool and
Yep.
get another Bright Glass Gear.
Yeah, you can just change the... Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, that's maybe a fancy one. You could also play the pot next turn. Pot, but that's probably the worst line. You pot the Bright Glass Jerk into Solitude to get rid of Deadpool. Then again, it comes back,
yep,
and you have to deal with
to do
it,
something about
because
it.
then it will steal the Solitude, remove your Solitude. Here we go again with a 5/3 lifelink. Happy to be here. I don't know. This card is so stupid, but
Yeah, but I'm happy that you share my opinion on this card, because I talked to some people that didn't agree at all with that
Regarding
feeling
Deadpool? Yeah.
with that feeling that we share about this card. Regarding power level, I think it's debatable in my opinion. I still think it's maybe over the line, but it's more the play patterns and what it implies in a game of Magic that it's not interesting.
yeah.
I think.
Also that. I totally agree to that part too, but I also think it's just way too powerful. And I mean, it's actually a problem that it's not available on MTGO,
Yep, sure.
because people always say, yeah, well, we don't see that many results. Yes, that's true. If we would have the card legal on MTGO, I'm very sure we would see much more, many more results, actually.
Talking about MTGO and recent bannings, I have a question that I wanted to answer. How many players are playing as Morano Mardika Destina Kuldakar? Yeah.
Smooth. That was even very fast.
I worked on that.
Yeah, nice one.
6 players.
Today,
That's not
6
a lot.
players?
Yeah, that's not a lot, but I would like to see this deck under camera. I really
Me too, me too, me
love
too.
this deck. It's black red aggro mid-range-ish bui as we say in French.
Oui.
It's like you like love to play with all your artifacts,
Okay,
pieces,
yeah.
and cogs and stuff, and this speaks to me a lot.
I was extremely motivated to play the deck when it was unbanned, and I was kind of disappointed. I tried like an aggressive version, I tried a reanimated version, several things, and I was kind of bored by the repetitive play pattern. Yeah, you know, like at some point discard, get Osmo, get a cookbook, and once my opponent managed the cookbook, it was the game plan was going all
Yeah.
the way down. You know,
I don't know what the ideal list of this deck would be. I think there are still something to uncover because it was banned really quickly the first time, so we didn't have much time to see the deck list develop and really
Absolutely.
fine tune in a direction or another. Might be even a sort of artifact aggressive decks to some extent. I don't know. Artifact based aggressive deck. But yep, I would like very much to have some time with the card and play it a little bit because it intrigues me to a high level and I really love what the command zone does. And I think it's a pretty elegant design too.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I totally agree to the point that it's not explored at all because like professional players or like more invested players picked it up and tried it on MTGO, and of course they were successful, but you know they figured out, yeah, on average like majority of matches work out not so well. So I'd rather have
In the end of the day, it's just a 3-3 for 1
yeah
with a small bonus
Yeah.
that is actually not that much relevant if you don't do
Yeah.
anything with your foods other than using them for the your commander's ability, but then it costs 2 cards for
Yeah,
you to
yeah,
kill
yeah.
a creature. So yeah, I think there is something to find here. Maybe it won't be a super good deck, but I think still there is something interesting
It's
to be done.
solid. I would say it's solid. It has potential, and the ability of going against the creatures for sacrificing the foods is definitely very powerful.
Yeah.
So, by the way,
We are
we're
seeing-
seeing the Deadpool cast. It's interesting. I just thought about the fact that Deadpool, the Deadpool player, has the information about the Mockingbird, so he should see the line.
Yeah.
Which means if he decides to go for that, there must be something in addition, maybe, to circumvent that.
He didn't make his land drop. Maybe the thing is Phyrexian Tower.
This could be one thing, yeah.
And as we saw, as we that's why we are here. We saw coming the Mockingbird, Nomad and Core into Deadpool, getting some stuff. This Gira actually didn't look that good in Deadpool's deck. I mean, you got a Nethergoyf, right, and a spell bomb. It is not atrocious, but
Yeah.
yeah, right. It's not like Nomad, and with
Yeah,
the second card,
yeah.
you are dead.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
not the same impact.
I mean, there is the potential to just draw Naru off of the top, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you are going to do it, oh yes, it does 3 to you every turn too.
Yeah. And since you just said Victor is more into Legacy, it seems, because he played Legacy yesterday, maybe he thought like, yeah, I will try the Singleton format. It looks pretty cool. We're here anyways. I assume there might be like Scandinavians, something like this. Based on the
Yes, I think
name.
it's Swedish, if I
Swedish,
remember
okay,
correctly.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it's like you probably have never faced Deadpool. Like the card itself, it was
Certainly.
designed for Commander, multiplayer Commander. And
Was it played in Legacy at some point? In
I have no idea.
some
I have no idea.
shares
I
and
would
sideboard? I don't
expect no.
think it does anything you
No.
expect from a Legacy card.
No, no, no.
So this is the Nomad right now. The finale there is okay. So this is Eldritch Evolution, right?
Oh, it's an Eldritch. Okay, sorry. It was.
Oh, you thought-
Eldritch. I thought it was a birthing pot.
Okay.
So that is the Naru. That's way better. Eldritch would be exiled, by the way.
Sure.
But yeah, okay. So here we have the Naru. So we have the combo. Yeah.
We could notify the judges about that.
About the Eldritch. that we
Actually, we
did,
have
yeah.
the Discord.
Yeah, and I mean, from that point on, we have 4 triggers now. If Victor manages to find 2 more lands, that's the first one. Yeah. Thinking about
What
it.
do you
I
do
think I
about
would.
it?
I mean, it's a tricky decision. You could copy something from your opponent. There's a second one. And now is the question, and there's even another one.
This is a raccoon, right?
Yeah, that's the keen-eyed
Curator.
curator.
Yeah.
We have a finale, we have a memory lapse, and we have a mockingbird. So you could reset Naru here by playing the mockingbird. You could do that and have 4 more triggers.
All it would cost a lot of mana. Won't you just play this Mockingbird as, I don't know, a DRC?
You can also do
For
that,
one
true.
mana,
Yeah,
that's
you
more
can do that, sure.
triggers.
The thing is, then you risk because right now he has no green mana to cast the raccoon. So
Isn't the second land a white-green one? Or is
think-
it white-blue? You might
I
be
think it's a
right.
deserted beach, right? A white blue.
Yes.
Oh, it seems to be the okay. You're right.
You are right.
Seems to be the green one.
Yes.
That's
Like in the Pro
yeah.
Tour.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, yeah, we need that. We need that.
Production quality, guys.
Yes. Very good. The judges are on point. I like that. Yeah. So continuing with the curator, he decided to go for that. I mean, the worst that could happen, you don't have to go for the mockingbird necessarily, right? Because at a later point you can still reset. He has the finale in hand, and he has the memory lapse as a backup.
Okay, yeah.
And now we're going to opponent's turn, and we're gonna repeat that. We have 6 more triggers. Nobot is the better combo piece compared to Shuko. So yeah, let's see. I think there is not. Oh, nice signature on the swamp here on Deadpool's side.
Oh, yeah.
That's Rebecca Gay. Sorry for the mispronunciation.
Oh, she did a swamp. I didn't even know about
Yeah,
that.
she did this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I assumed
I think
it was
the entire cycle actually.
Okay.
Because there was like a full basic land cycle, and it's gorgeous.
I didn't know about it. I really love her illustrations, but I didn't know she made basic land.
Yeah. So what do we have here? It's a Spellbomb Crack end of turn.
Just to recycle, I guess, because Deadpool seems to have like nothing in hand actually.
Yeah.
And yep, during Europe, keep wait.
Yes,
I
we
gotta
have-
draw some more.
The Multiverse Passage, the card
Oh,
that
Worldly Tutor. This is nice with Naju activations actually.
absolutely. The passage seemed to change the standard environment for quite a bit. We have Oko, we have Ranger, we have Guide of Souls. Is this a Worldly Tutor? Yeah, that's what you just mentioned. Skyclave and a bird. 3 more cards in hand.
I think that at this point, if Victor untaps with Nadu and Nomad, the game is done.
Definitely. No doubts about that.
Yeah, I really think Thibaut need to do something strong and
Yeah.
do it right now.
Yeah, because there will be more and more mana added to the board, and then we can cast a finale for X equals 10 or more, which results in a lethal swing.
We are at 8 now, so Victor need only 2 more lands.
That is correct.
Okay, that might be the beginning of something. No
I mean,
threshold.
there's still the memory lapse, right?
Yeah, no threshold for Thibaut, so no luck with this Tersa.
And at that point, you have to consider what's the worst that could happen. My opponent has 3 mana left, 2 cards in hand. If I grant this trigger, there might be something impactful. Fury, we talked about Fury.
Detective Phoenix, that
Something like this, exactly.
yeah.
Something that flies over.
you can still block with Nadu, but in this position you lose
Yeah.
with Nadu.
Do
So,
we have
yep.
enough mana value for?
Phoenix,
Not quite sure.
I don't think so. I think they're
Stalactite, Stalker, Nail Spellbomb, and Lands Emperor. I'm not sure what's the third black card
me neither.
beneath. But yeah, there are lots of options.
Mm-hmm.
And if we are having a look, I mean, that's not an information that Victor has. There is another Goyf and another land.
Another Goyf he knew about because it was looked for in the library with the Deadpool Gearhold trigger.
Right. It was searched with the yeah. Sure. So yeah, that makes this decision even better. Like, if it's only one unknown card, why would you give your opponent
I
something to?
think you block with the raccoon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it tramples and has first strike anyway. I think you can't do a lot, but you don't want to die to bolt. Did
Very,
he
very true.
just say that he took the damage?
Could be, yeah.
He discarded with Inti, right?
Yeah. And now you definitely have to block. The problem is, no, never mind. You can block with Nomad.
Yep. Another trigger with the Tersa on the top of the library, which won't do anything.
Okay. It will just filter the cards.
Yeah. And now what do? You have to block with this Raccoon Rat. You don't want to die onto it. Well, actually, I think Thibaut's last card in hand is known and is the Netherglyph, right?
Yeah.
In that case,
No,
you...
the Netherglyph is discarded. I think it's a land.
Oh, yeah, right. You're
I
right.
think he had a land.
So a known card in hand. So in that way, I think you absolutely block. Maybe, I would say maybe you should have attacked with all of your creatures if you were Thibaut in that position.
I would have done the same.
To force a bad block or
Yeah.
bad decision from your opponent.
You have to be a bit careful with how you assign the blocks because the Nomad activations are still online, right?
Sure.
So the damage would be
They
redirected.
won't make you draw cards,
Exactly,
but they still
exactly.
would redirect damage, yes.
Yeah.
But I think it could save itself, but no, it could save other creatures, so it would die if I'm...
No, it saves itself.
It saved itself,
Yeah.
okay.
So if you block with Nomad and Nadu, then the damage would be like redirected to Nadu, and all of a sudden you
And
lose Nadu.
actually, some amount of this damage was already redirected, right?
Due to?
The upkeep activation.
Yes, yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. That it's a bit tricky to follow that later
Yeah,
on if like blocking damage comes in. But you know that it would only happen if you block with Nomad.
Yep.
So here we have the Solitude.
Trigger missed with Inti. Yes, indeed. I think with the Tersa discard as it enters the battlefield, it still triggers Inti. I think maybe Thibaut missed it.
Yeah.
But I don't think this would have changed anything. I don't see any free mana spell that would have changed the game.
There is
The Fury
much he
could
could
have
cast.
been okay, but with only
Yeah.
one card in hand, I think it's
Yeah.
a done deal now.
and I still think it's a land in his hand, so it's probably not the card that he was looking for.
Okay,
Surveil land. I mean, the Sky Cup is not too bad. Skycase Cup.
What do you kill with finally of devastation? Is there like a Kratroof behemoth? No need for that kind of stuff here. Finale, those give +X and haste, no trample. So you have to find.
Oh, you have the bird,
something-
right?
Right. Bird plus Nadu is enough.
You have the bird, you have the Mockingbird, so you have two flying
Yeah, well,
creatures
yeah.
because everything gets haste. That should be enough.
With only one blocker from Thibaut's side, yes, I
Yeah.
think it is. And it is actually a done deal for this first game in this best of three. Yeah, I'm not quite sure Deadpool has a lot of weapon in this matchup. I mean, Bent mid-range, in my opinion, has always been a tough matchup for black-red aggressive or mid-range-ish decks because Bent will always go overroot some way or another. The endgames card like Gearhulk, Solitude, that kind of stuff are really beating when you are trying to play a fair game with creatures when you play black-red against Bent.
Yeah.
And on the top of that, this Bend deck in particular has a Nadu combo, which can kill you as early as turn 3 on some really good positions, but still is a threat to be reckoned with, I think, in this matchup.
Yeah.
So I think, thanks to the power of the command zone, you still have some outs playing as Deadpool in this matchup, but I still think this might be a quite tough matchup for Deadpool.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think I still disagree that Lagrella is the perfect command zone. I think Peter Parker would be better. But even now, I mean, like, okay, we had like more or less a natural find due to lots of tutors for the combo. Another aspect I thought about just when you explained that, think about the fact or think about a world in which White Bloom would be still legal.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Spotting Peter in the white room or anything else, you know, because this is to me like this emblem magic. That's what I like, toolbox magic. That's what I assign to this color combination.
Yeah, sure.
And once there are some of these emblems down, I mean, Deadpool isn't like a full focus control deck that only plays a couple of creatures. It does play lots of creatures actually in order to win the game. We saw some of them in game one now.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be too difficult to get those emblems back. Still, if we have a look at the list,
Even a card like Endurance, right? We saw this game, it just is there and has to be
Yes.
inserted because
Yes.
3-4 is a lot to get
Yeah,
passed
absolutely,
through for
absolutely.
the black-red aggressive deck.
and in the light of all these delirium effects that the red black deck plays, it's annoying. You can't deal with it, and all of a sudden your graveyard is just gone, and you spend quite some time to put all these types into your graveyard, and then it's gone. And
Yep.
you know, like your FOMO is not working anymore. Your Detective Phoenix is crying, and like the Deliriums, the Dragon Rage Channeler, they're all a bit sad about that. And just if I have a look at this list, it's just gorgeous.
I have to agree,
To me,
man.
it's to me like look at that, like the quality of the one drops even.
Yeah.
Onslaught Pride, Tamio. It's so
Guide of Souls.
Mother Noble Hierarch.
Hashtag
for-
MH3, right?
Yeah, yes, very true. But Noble Hierarch is such a beautiful card.
Yeah.
Like design-wise, such a nice dork. I was actually very excited that Wizard brought the Ignoble Hierarch for Junt.
Yeah,
I would love to see more of those.
Yeah.
Timur, Sultai, I don't care, Abzan, give us something, you know? So it would be really cool.
On this game too, still Deadpool on the play with a land without. I'm surprised any answer to that kind of soul. I would assume that this first
too.
red mana represented something because maybe he already did mulligan and that's why he didn't want to go further down. Maybe
Yeah.
he has strong follow-ups, but like you're the aggressor in this matchup. Turn one, land, go, nothing. Okay, we maybe got our answer now.
Here we got something. I was just about to say maybe he's saving it for something more impactful. Then again, Guide of Souls is a threat to be respected.
Do you think this is a Fury?
Fury or Pyrokinesis. Either or.
I think Fury is better. I mean, you
But he does play both, right? Let's
most
just check.
certainly, but he also play Animate Dead, I think.
He does play both.
And
yeah.
cards like not Undying Evil.
Yeah, I
there
would-
is a scam aspect to the deck. So.
Yeah. True. He plays all these Malaki removes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the Fury is truly better. Oh,
So-
but there is a Sylvan Safekeeper. That's not bad.
I mean, unilateral Armageddon is that really?
That's true.
He might keep like one or two creatures at most, but at this point in the game, I don't want to put my chip on this Sylvan Keeper against Undying Evil and Fury.
fair. I'm trying to figure out what's the rest of the cards. I think there's a Green Suns they need. In
That-
Victor's hand. And an Oust? Is that an Oust?
Maybe.
Not sure.
Tropical Island for sure.
Yeah.
Zenith, another land.
Or
I
it could
think.
also be an Enlightenment Tutor.
Okay, maybe yeah. No, it is Oust. I think 2 lands Oust and I forgot the last one, but yeah, here we go. We see the Fury, and with the trigger on the stack, will we see something? Green Sun Oust 2 lands. I think it is
Energy, okay.
Path of Ancestry or Starting Town. Okay, it is accepted. And then with the trigger of the stack, I think we will maybe see.
Yeah, there we
Malakir
go.
Rebirth.
There's the Malakir.
This is tough clock to big. This is the kind of stuff the
Very.
black-red deck can do. And we were talking about Demonic Tyrant.
I was just about to say, we talked about Demonic Tutor, and we talked about exactly these lineups that Fury can bring up. Why it's such a problem that this card is actually a creature.
Yep. So here we are.
Yeah, and I mean, playing these scam spells is some kind of pseudo reanimator, kind of, you know. So, yeah, just when we talked about it, here we go, guys, on point.
Thank you very much for your comment, Meta. What's in the chat? It brings a lot of pleasure to me. Thank you very much. Magus was better. Yes, but Magus isn't a 3-turn clock, you know? So I can understand this argument that Magus looked better. But still, I don't know. It positions you well for a game that will last a bit longer. Now with this Fury, I think you will win fast.
Yes, Magus is a consideration. I see that. I see that. But as you said, you have to put some pressure on board. Fury is something that you have to answer.
Yeah.
Sadly for Thibaut, there is this oust waiting, but it would have also, yeah, like Magus could have denied that, yes, but Magus at the same time would also drag the game into the late game, and hoping for Thibaut that Viktor will not find any non basic land actually.
And Magus, okay, no, you could have fetched for a basic swamp. I was about to say something that wasn't relevant. But Magus, yeah, I think it is maybe the same line of thought as is with Mono-Red Stomping Legacy, which is you need a lock piece and some amount of pressure in one form or another.
Yeah.
If you just keep a hand that does turn one Trinisphere into nothing,
Very true.
you will lose this game at some point
Very
because your opponent will do something.
Okay, this does not work the way he does it.
Yes, of course.
I mean, yeah, okay, he just realized.
And there is a judge.
You have to pay. So he has a colorless floating. Because you have to pay 3 black. One of those lands is a filter land, and the other one provides the 3rd black.
Yep.
Oh, discarding Urza's Saga and
Tropical
another land drop.
So I think Viktor is actually really pinch point here because
Yeah, but I think it's not too bad. There's Lagrella. You can get rid of Turok. Oh no, never
No.
mind. Has protection for right.
but
Protection
I
for
see
white.
this Nomad and Vincent Zenith in Viktor's hands. So with the dice on top, I don't think we could find this way. But
difficult, right?
I can maybe find it that way. Or...
Should be really easy. Oh, and now he realizes. Oh yeah, Turok has protection from white.
Yep. Oh damn.
Yeah.
Another card you don't see that much in
Yeah.
Legacy.
Yeah.
For those joining us,
If you see
Viktor
it at
actually.
all.
Sorry.
If you see it at all, I was just saying. I'm not sure.
Fair enough. Victor just won the Legacy tournament yesterday with a 7-8 Breakfast Nadu deck, but he's really a good, calm, and collected Legacy player. But in Duel Commander, maybe he has a bit less experience.
Yeah.
And in Duel Commander, you will see that kind of cards. Torak, stuff that you don't see quite often, like Deadpool, that he read last game.
I mean, like, play-wise, like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You probably don't know what you can expect, right? But Screaming Nemesis put some pressure here.
Yeah, with this Torak, he's...
That's a thing.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
and the Fury is still there. So
Yeah.
at some point,
Yeah.
you can't really play creatures either. Okay, this time you do 0/3, so
Samir
won't...
and Nomad. And the Nomad play here is quite risky, but he, the Fury comes down, he can redirect the damage.
You can't really kill the Nomad with
And
Fury.
he is kind of gambling for land drop next turn because we have the Green Sun Zenith in
Yep.
hand. That's why I said it's very crucial that the two lands went away, I mean, it could have hit the Nomads for sure, but here we have the starting town that provides any. Also, by the way, this is a great addition to land base.
Yeah,
To any land
absolutely,
base.
absolutely.
It's crazy.
But this Fury, I mean, even if you draw your fourth land and go fetch Nadu and still have Nomad and Nadu, what are you doing, right? Because you still have a huge Viktor that is protected from white that you can't really interact positively with. And then you are putting a 2-turn clock. I mean, if you're full tap and you're dead on board...
You have to hope.
fair enough.
Lands, dorks, you just play out as you play it out. I mean,
Sure thing. And yeah, Tamio bites the dust on this Fury
yes.
because it is actually the only creature that is able to do anything in this board.
Yeah.
And yeah, now with this amount of pressure is really impressive, I think.
Yeah, and then there's a Deadpool, and now the Deadpool is actually stealing
The Nomad?
Nomad's text box, and now it looks very difficult.
Yeah, because you are at 3 facing a Screaming Nemesis.
Yeah.
Facing a Protected from White creature. Yeah.
And that's a concession. I was not checking the timer. 7 minutes for the third game? Possible.
Yes,
Holodeck.
but I just want to precise, this is our timer. It's not synchronized with the
Okay,
table timer.
okay, fair.
It might be a few minutes apart. I started it during the first game.
Okay.
So I might be wrong of like maybe 5
The actual
minutes.
timing, yeah. We can align that after this round.
So don't
Check
worry
very
if it
quick.
goes to 0 on our side, but the player are still playing not in the
Yeah.
turns. It's normal.
Yeah.
They have a judge at the table, so they will have the right timer on their side. This is just an indicative one that you see on your stream.
Third game,
Yep.
and Viktor is finally on the play.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge advantage. Dork into 3-drop.
Okay, see, hey, we might. Oko, I think, in this matchup couldn't be.
Oko is pretty good, but there's no elf, right?
I see some amount of lands.
So is Haywire Might, Legolas Quick Reflex, Solitude,
and a pitchable white card.
yeah, some white card.
Which will, I think, get exiled at some point. Was this?
Is it
out?
Peter?
Oh, maybe.
It
you're
looks
right.
like Peter.
Does he play it? I think he should.
Yep.
It certainly does.
Yeah,
So
I think it is Peter.
Yeah,
It
you're
looked like
right.
Peter. So maybe that's the swap. whenever you see like Lagrella is not working the way it was intended, yeah, I'm gonna go for Peter.
I forgot if I asked this question to him when we interviewed him after the Legacy tournament yesterday, why it was Lagrella and no other comment zone. I think I forgot to ask this very important question. But yeah, it was after a 10 hours tournament, so I didn't think of about everything. I'm sorry. But
No one to blame you.
and if he actually answered this question, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it might be possible that I asked, I don't remember the answer.
Fair. So definitely seeking for another land drop.
Yes.
So we are on 2. Peter will likely come down. Here we go.
Makes a spider.
Makes a spider. And the opponent is probably like, yeah, that's the command zone I expected. Instead of
We will
Lagrella.
see if we can, yep, show the card in the chat. We can, absolutely.
Yeah, Peter Parker. That's the currently most popular band deck. It's the only popular band deck. We have to be fair about that. But it's currently the most popular Nadu deck. So this card is played a lot on MTGO, and yeah, for good reasons. I just explained. It's a perfect hot creature for the entire Nadu combo. We have another beautiful swamp on Thibaut's side.
I think it is the same. No?
Probably, yeah. He probably plays a Tainted Pack mana base, right? We can check that.
Exactly what I was thinking about, and you
That
are
looks
right.
very much like a Tainted Pack mana base, yeah.
And
Then it makes perfectly sense to have this land signed. I hope he has the...
I love how they wrote the Spider-Man's backside not to be able to web sling Eldrazi's.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Here we have an Emperor, okay. Not too relevant in this game, but sometimes, random graveyard hate hits it. Especially, not hitting the land here is... rough.
Yes. Voice of Victory is still fine though, but yeah, I think
Yeah, you can go for the voice, and next turn you have like this. But we want the Oko to come down, or Teferi, some kinds of things. It's that's a pity.
regarding this board state, do you? Yes, I tend to agree with this line. To keep the Teferi to pitch it to Solitude and play the Voice of Victory, because to some extent you are the beatdown in this situation.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now if you can get rid of the Emperor, you're in a position to put a lot of pressure on your opponent. You have a swing for 5 right now, or 6 actually. Each turn,
4, 5, 6. Yeah.
which has to be a Phyrexian Flash Gorger. I like that.
Yeah.
That's really fancy. Come on.
If Spentable doesn't find it, I will find it.
It's a Phyrexian Flash.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, here we go.
Finally. It found it.
Interesting to see this card in the 99.
It is for the scam aspect of the deck, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I think it's not that good. The last time I played it was in Winter, the Golgari deck,
Okay, yeah, I see.
because you have 2 types. And there you always bring back the 7/5 Menace Lifelink, but even then it was a bit underwhelming.
Okay.
So, and I think if you make like maximum use of this card and it's still not good enough, why would I play it in a lower?
I think in an aggressive deck that tends to sometimes struggles against other aggressive decks. I heard that Deadpool
Yeah.
didn't have a really strong matchup against like Yoshimaru, that kind of
Okay.
stuff. That makes sense because with all the undying evils and that kind of stuff. If on turn 4 on your bid down deck you transform your 3/3, that is a bit of a problem, into a 7/5, that
Fair.
is
That's
a
fair.
bigger problem.
That's fair. Yeah.
I think it's okay. Actually, okay, no, Might doesn't
We
impact
have
creatures.
a delayed land drop with the Noble Hierarch. It's cool that if you would only attack with the Voice, Exalted would actually trigger, because the Mobilize trigger goes on stack too. So you only have 1 attacking creature. And since the spider is gone, right, you could actually do that. Animate that on the Emperor seems to be a thing.
Yep, traded the spider for it, so now it can bring it back.
If we have a look at Thibaut's hand, he's also missing a land of them. Yeah,
Absolutely.
seems to be like that.
Oh, third land drone in the form the white MDFC.
Yeah, the Witch
Witch-
Enchanter. So the Witch Blast whatsoever and on the
Meadow,
backside.
which blessed Meadow.
Yeah, that's it. I actually appreciate the fact that you know all the cards. So we're very much into the game.
I think we do a good pair because sometimes
Yes,
you remember
yes.
things that I don't.
Yeah, but it's actually quite hard these days. As we talked early on about the secret layers, and there are so many different artworks.
Sometimes it's just the name. It's not the name that you don't remember. The card by itself you don't recognize. This Oko will be a problem real fast.
I think so too. There could have been an
Come on,
argument.
guys. I give them a dry erasing playing cards with a marker to do some nice tokens, and they still find a way to put
I mean,
tones on
you
paper.
transferred a 0-1 to a 3/3. That's definitely fine. I was just thinking about, you could have done some shenanigans with the Legolas quick reflexes, because now the Deadpool player was tapped out. You attack with Peter Parker. You pay the ward for the Flash Gorger because that's actually paying life, which is fine. You get rid of the Flash Gorger, and your opponent can't really. I mean, okay. 1 point against that is, in that attack, the Delirium from the Dragon Rage Channeler would be active, because then you add an
yeah.
artifact to the graveyard, and there is a direct block. But it would mean. And then there is another thought. I didn't even finish my sentence, but if you put the Flash Gorger into the graveyard, he could actually reanimate it with the Emperor for like a pretty big swing. I don't know if that's worth it, but it's something.
Yeah. And still, Thibaut doesn't know about the Solitude in Victor's hand. That will come handy at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, so exiling the Animate Dead to get rid of this Emperor of Bones, because I think he feared the land you just said, but with the Troll that was just cycled for a land. So, yeah, and I think this is done before combat during Thibaut main phase 1. In order for him not to be able to exile his own Troll. And it makes sense because from the moment the Troll is exiled, I think you don't have any way to answer the reanimating part.
Yeah, I was just checking.
No, it is a trigger, so you can target the card. Is it targeted?
Creature cards. Wait.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
think so.
the trigger goes on stack.
So when target
You
creature-
can announce the target, and then you can respond.
Yeah.
That would be the optimal.
You are
Because
right.
then the troll is exiled. And that's what happened, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
So we were not sure because we don't sit right next to the table, obviously. But yeah, that's the optimal window of interaction. And he saw that.
Double block, so trade is possible. Victor not afraid at all from a Undying Evil style effect,
No,
thanks to
no.
the Solitude in his hand, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe
And-
he won't make this block if he didn't have the Solitude, I think.
It's kind of funny because you have this Peter Parker that doesn't do anything besides from being a 3/3, but still it proposes a threat, right? And there's a Barrogoyf.
That can become itself a 3/3.
Excuse me. Yeah, which is not really dangerous. It becomes a 3/3, and then it will be shut down with a Legolas quick reflexes, probably.
Does it keep its
Oh, he
ability?
decides to make the food token instead.
Yeah.
What is the...
It is just a 5 mana social spirit solitude, yeah.
That's the thing. We have the Solitude, right?
And we are exactly in this mid-range soup that I was talking about.
Yeah,
when
it's
you're-
actually a soup. I like that description there.
when you are playing black red aggressive against that kind of deck, you still have the Oko to win because
Yeah.
it's a sub game of its own that
Yeah.
will make you lose in the end if you don't do anything about it. Your opponent's still at 19 because he just flooded the board with a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, now you're taking a elk 3/3 into the face.
True, yeah. 4/4 actually, because of the Noble Hierarch.
Yeah. So Legolas quick reflex is almost also better.
True.
To some extent.
True.
But yeah, this is a kind of tough situation if you're Thibaut.
I mean, you still have the Deadpool, but how is the ruling on... Yeah, the thing is, okay, you can cast a Deadpool, there's a Solitude. That might be the target. I was just curious, do you have the Elk? Because I think that's a layers thing.
That
If
was
you change the text box, that's a question for the judges. I would assume it's just a 3/3 Elk with no abilities anymore, so it doesn't really make a difference.
I don't know. I actually thought about it when Oko was played and
Yeah.
didn't want to bring this topic.
Here we are.
Because
I think it's a valid question because these are the types of situations that come up all over again. Of course, he went for the Solitude copy. That makes a lot of sense.
But I really don't know, man. I have no idea.
I mean, what else can you do? You could...
Teferi, your own solitude, right? Looks fine.
You can do that, but then you can't hardcast the Solitude.
Is it really a problem? You are
Not
facing a
entirely
5/3
sure.
lifelink, which is a bit not really a problem
Well,
because
you
you,
know
can
what you
elk
can-
your food.
You can... Okay,
I think you can elk your food, attack with
Yeah.
it. Maybe the grass creek reflects your opponent's Deadpool, but I don't think it is a good play anyway.
Yeah.
But I think the Teferi, your own solitude, is actually kind of nice.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, here we go.
Ee.
First, taking the attack because your opponent is probably not trading. And here we have a portable hole. I'm not sure whether or not... Oh, the portable hole could be used to pitch.
Yeah, but he wants to get rid of that DRC, which is actually
Okay.
the only threat on Thibaut's side of the board.
Interesting.
And you can still plus your Oko to make an elk. Come on with your 5/3 lifelink. I mean,
True, yeah.
no
yeah.
biggie, and I still have my solitude. You
True.
can do all of this over again.
Yeah, I mean, you could have thought about keeping up the memory lapse.
Yeah,
And there's also a world in which Viktor plays Teferi, bounces something, and like the Deadpool, for example, but then you're left with the Solitude that taxes you for 3 life turn by turn. Keeping up the memory lapse, you know. Now it's
and this Teferi might be
shields
relevant
down
too.
for 1 turn.
Yep.
Then again, what should happen?
Fatal push on the elk.
Okay, that's not bad.
You will have, I think, to trade your hierarch, or not trade, but put your hierarch under the bus.
You can cast the Legolas quick reflexes
Oh yes,
Right.
sure. You still have the mana, right?
because it takes away the entire combat step.
Do you rather have this quick reflex in hand or this hierarch in play?
I think I'd rather have the Hierarch in play. I think the Hierarch is quite valuable. It looks underwhelming, but I think the Exalted part, considering the fact that we're going towards expert turns, and either of those players want to win the game. You know, a draw. We talked about it earlier. In these early stages, it's not what you're looking for. So, I think that's the right decision to protect the Elk and.
Actually, the hierarch wasn't tapped. So, did the fatal push target the hierarch?
Maybe that was the case.
I'm lost.
Maybe Thibaut actually sees the value in the hierarchy. I think it's a valuable thing here.
That's very possible. So we are in turns now.
So another question: if Portable Hole becomes an elk, it's still on the field, right?
I think.
So
yeah,
the DRC should still be exiled
I think.
because
Yeah.
it's still the Portable Hole.
Yeah, I think it is.
But when it leaves the battlefield, I think the DRC stays exiled because it doesn't have the delayed trigger anymore. I think that's the ruling around it.
I'm not quite sure because I think Portable Hold the ability is in one.
Yeah, exactly. But by the time it leaves the battlefield, it has no ability anymore. So the delayed trigger doesn't come. But I'm not entirely sure. Maybe some of the viewers know about
I'm
it.
sorry, Joe. May I cut the microphone?
Yep. So I'll be right back, guys. I'll let you with Bagish and Vitalik to end this round.
Back in the booth with
sorry.
Bastian.
So I'm back. Sorry, I Jan needs to clarify something with Leo.
Sure,
So
sure.
I will replace him. So the game is still going on.
Yep.
Okay,
We're
because the time is out. So
more or less we are waiting for the extra turns. It's 1-1.
Okay. 1-1, and so it's Lagrella versus Deadpool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very interesting game so far. Lots of back and forth. The Bentec is obviously featuring the Naruto combo. And we had some interaction from the Deadpool player. We talked about it. Deadpool
Okay.
as the card. And,
I know.
how to play around
Gia
it.
hate to discard a lot.
Me too.
I think
Most
most players
people do, yeah.
I think it's depending on the rules, it's really lore accurate.
Yeah.
So I understand the design for it, but I think it wasn't designed for the competitive.
The design
But it's okay.
as a card from the Marvel Universe is really cool.
Yeah,
Also,
and
the
that
flavor text and
was the
stuff.
first objective, I
I
guess.
think so too. Play-wise, it's a catastrophe.
Okay.
So we have turns, actually. We're in the first extra turn now. And Teferi is still on board and Oko is still on board. Thibaut is on 19 HP.
Okay.
There's a Mockingbird drawn and there's a Solitude in hand, and we also have the Memory Lapse. So the Memory Lapse could actually do something.
Actually, is the counterspell I hate the most.
Really?
Yeah. Over Force of Will.
Why?
Over. Because the delay of your next draw is
Very powerful.
absolutely powerful, and I hate it too
Yeah.
much. As a winner player, once again.
Fair.
So I really hate this counterspell. Really.
That's the reason why you always see it in these combo decks, you know?
Yeah.
There's always this one or two of counterspell. In Thrasios, there's also Flare of Denial because you can sacrifice Thrasios to it. And here you have the Memory Lapse.
And you often play it over counterspell himself
exactly.
because of the two blue.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah, it's even easier to cast with the only one pip.
I agree. So we have still Oko and Teferi on board. It's big
Yeah.
Planeswalker.
Yes, definitely. So we had some, as I said, some back and forth, some elks produced, but right now, since the Noble Hierarch is gone,
Which is the third card in the hand of
Mockingbird.
Lagrella? Okay.
Mockingbird. So the one that copies. So we still have a Lagrella cast that can eat the DRC.
Will it transform his Lagrella? No, it's a food. It's a food.
Yes.
If you transform Lagrella into a 3/3 elk, did you get back your idea?
I think you don't. That's what
think
I
you
was
don't.
asking about the portable hold.
Okay.
Because I think the entire trigger is negated.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then when the card leaves the battlefield, there's nothing to check for it.
Okay.
But I'm not entirely sure about that. But I'm curious to ask a judge actually on that.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
I suppose the channeler was 3/3 fly. I suppose with the graveyard.
I was hoping that some guys in the chat would have an answer for that, but maybe later.
Deadpool on Lagrella will take Lagrella and bring back the DRC.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
It's not like it's a game-winning action because we have Oko. Oko can still
Oh, and we
Elk,
and you
and we have the
choose to.
fairy to put it under Deadpool. Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, we're in the second extra turn, and you're
You're hoping
not-
for a land, I guess. If you have a land, you can hard cast the Solitude, and he
there
got
we go.
it.
There we go. Really good. So there could be a Solitude.
Your opponent is full tapped and playing no blue, so accept Pyrokinesis, and there is a baby Teferi in play anyway.
Yep.
So
Yep.
this Deadpool is gonna take this Solitude, bring back Lagrella, who will take again this DLC.
Yep.
I suppose.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't change Deadpool for the food token because it's 5 power. You could have thought about changing the food token with the DRC, but it's a third turn. You only have one more turn to do something. I think this will very likely result in a draw.
Okay, and as mentioned in the chat, you can also trade food for DLC.
Yeah.
You are back?
I'm back.
You want the seat?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm back again, guys. See you next round.
Here I am.
Yeah, and now I'm gonna go and Pascal. It's your turn. Very good.
So we are ending in a draw, as you mentioned. Turn 3. Okay. Judge level 1 here. Cards will come back after the permanent leaves the battlefield, even when it has lost abilities. It is a continuous effect created by ETB. That was also already resolved. Okay, so that was what I thought about the portable hole and elk thingy.
Yeah, we talked about it also regarding Lagrella. Because Deadpool was was copying Lagrella, exiling Lagrella. And yeah, okay, thank you very much.
Screaming Nemesis. I don't think this will help you in this very situation.
Okay, it's very good to know.
Yep, I think you can let the Teferi go. Makes perfect sense.
Definitely.
Turn 5, okay.
It's the 5th turn of the game, and unless there is any
Sort of.
combo going on, I think it's super hard to close the game here. Blitz is blue. Blitz is blue jackets, black shirt, and we are in a position of style there clearly. Cheerio. We didn't talk about it up front, but it fits. Yeah, that's true.
Synchronicity. It's beautiful.
Exactly. And it's somewhat in line with, like the blue palette of Relic. So
Yeah.
yeah, we have different color tones here too. Really nice.
Splinter Twins.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, I think you could attempt to win Mockingbird onto what? Okay, so I think this untimely malfunctioned won't do anything because Mockingbird doesn't target anything. This is a Mockingbird, right?
Yeah, it's a Mockingbird.
So Bird Solitude untimely malfunction, yeah, but it's not the spell that targets it is a creature, right? Should have
Yeah.
A spell or ability, sorry.
I mean, we're talking about that. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Spell or ability. Yep, thank you. I forgot about the
I mean, by the
ability part.
time that Teferi activation is on,
Yeah,
both players agree to the fact that there is nothing to be done, and we end up in a draw.
Victor had a turn maybe if he drew an Nadu or something to go.
Yeah, I mean, we have to be
this turn.
fair. Victor here was screwed on 2 lines for a couple of turns.
Yeah.
Actually, if Oko came down turn 3, game would have looked much different, I think.
I think so, yeah. Really nice match.
Yeah,
anyway.
really cool match.
We had something really cool to cast. I'm really glad we did end up having
nice.
Victor on stream. We will take a short break and come back for the 5th round
Yes.
and the VOD right here.